freedom is often on the other side of giving yourself permission to move forward without the thing that you think you need in order to move forward. And a lot of people get stuck feeling like they can't move on without closure, without that conversation, without recognition. And this is very true of people who've been discarded, or there's been a situation which just didn't feel complete. And as I was saying in the living room and with many of my clients, there is a difference between complicated grief and clean grief. And clean grief is really when everything does feel complete. You did and said everything that you wanted to do. Everybody was kind of on the same page. It made sense to both people or everybody involved. And you're able to say that was complete. A bit like, when somebody breaks up with somebody and you both have this kind of recognition, okay, this isn't working, I think we need to let each other go. And you're on the same page about it, and you might be sad about it, but there's a completion to it. You did it. You tried, it didn't work. Both people are okay with that. But when one person is not okay with it, and there was no conversation, that can lead to complicated grief, and that can feel endless and it can feel really confusing. And one of the things that happens to people in that situation is they externalize their peace and their potentiality of being happy again and moving forward to that other person, and feeling like I can only move forward if this person completes this with me. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck here forever in this horrible purgatory of not being able to move forward and not being able to move back. And I was stuck there too, so I really know what this is like. And it took me banging my head against the brick wall many, many times to realize that conversation is not coming. That person might not be capable of doing that. And that can be really painful, but it also is the thing that sets you free. And this came up in the call that I did last night. Not getting closure does not have to stop you. And in fact, if you think about it, if that person did come back and say everything that you needed to hear, would it give you closure, or would it just reopen something that was confusing before? Because sometimes we think we need someone to have an awakening. We need them to get it. We need that recognition. But often the recognition that you're craving and needing, and the closure that you think that you want from that person, isn't really even anything to do with them, and is everything to do with something that happened in childhood that was incomplete. And like Mo said in the coaching that he did with me on that video that we did recently, by the way, that's such a good video. You have to go and watch it if you haven't already. Sometimes we're trying to fix the fridge when actually the thing that needs fixing is something completely different. And we think in our adult lives that we can complete a relationship. We can get the thing, the need met, the seeing that we didn't get in our childhood, that we'll be able to move forward. But actually the journey is in being able to see ourselves and hold ourselves through those experiences and detach from the needs being externalized to something out there. And this is the sort of thing that we talk about in the living room and in my one-to-one. If you would like to join the living room, I highly recommend it. It's so good. It's so fun. People come from all walks of life, and we have amazing conversations that leave you feeling uplifted, positive, hopeful, and connected back to you and life again. And sometimes it really is the lift that people need in order to get out of that rumination cycle that keeps you stuck. So if you'd like to come along, we are on 3 times a month on a Thursday at 4 o'clock UK time. There's other courses and resources in the living room on the school app. You can find out all the information about that in the link below. And also, I've started a new Instagram account, which I'd very much appreciate if you followed me on there, because it's got less than 100 followers right now. And I am beginning again with joy, magic, possibility. And we are moving forward without closure. We are moving forward without the completion of something. Some things, it's okay for them to be left broken. Honestly, sometimes that's the way it is. Like, the art gallery where a picture didn't get finished and it becomes a story, an amazing piece of art that actually has more depth to it because it was unfinished, didn't get completed. It had to leave it. And that's part of life, is some things don't get complete, and that is them being complete. Okay? And when you let go of the need for that completion, that's when things start to move forward anyway.